In the second leg, 4 days later, Blackpool went behind just before half-time when Dave Hill struck home this 30-yard free kick. Scunthorpe leading 2-1 on aggregate. But 2 goals from David Ayres in an 11-minute spell in the second half gave Blackpool victory. The first followed fine play by Andy Garner. And then with Scunthorpe looking for offside, Ayres took the opportunity to send Blackpool to Wembley for the first time for 38 years to face either Torquay or Burnley. Players and fans alike observed a minute's silence for Stan Mortensen, who'd passed away on the very day Blackpool made it through to Wembley for the first time since 1953, when Stan struck the only FA Cup final hat-trick at the Empire Stadium. Now let's join commentator Clive Tilsley.
Torquay United field the team which accounted for Burnley in the playoff semi-final. They're again without their captain John Uzel, who's been unable to conquer a niggling hamstring injury, and there's no place in their 13 for leading scorer Tommy Tynan. Stuart Evans and Dean Edwards lead their attack. Centre-half Wes Saunders is the stand-in skipper. Wembley experience is a little thin on the ground amongst these two teams, so the loss of the Oxford Milk Cup defender Gary Briggs is a sad one for Blackpool, compensated though by the return from injury of the Blackpool tar, centre forward Dave Bamber. He's returned to his first club this season with a goals return of 17 from 23 starts, but a hamstring injury has confined him to just half an hour's football in the last 8 crucial games. George Courtney is tonight's referee, the 12th occasion on which he's taken charge of a major game here at Wembley. It's an emotional night for Blackpool Football Club in particular. Their first Wembley appearance since the stadium's most famous club final, the Matthews final of 1953. And their Wembley place clinched on the very day that the football world mourned the loss of Stanley Mortensen, scorer of a hat-trick that day. And the Blackpool players wearing black armbands in recognition of the standards that he and Sir Stanley Matthews set for the modern-day team managed by Billy Ayres. For Bamber, and he got in front of Elliott, and he's forced it forward for Taylor, and Saunders has to come across, and that's a corner kick to Blackpool. Mark Taylor looking to feed off the towering figure of Dave Bamber. Blackpool have Ian Gore forward from the back for this corner. Cleared comfortably though by Mickey Holmes. Right, here's Rodwell. Taylor has drawn wide. Made a little bit of space for himself here, Mark Taylor. A little bit of space for Paul Groves. And Blackpool in front. 7 minutes gone. First blood to Blackpool. A goal for Paul Groves. Well, they've taken the game to Torquay United from the very first whistle. Taylor it was who was allowed to create the space, and Groves it was who was allowed to slip into the penalty area. His shot beyond Howells, and Blackpool take the lead. Beautifully delivered by Taylor, and Groves sniffing out the chance into the side of the net, beautifully placed. Chance for an immediate reply for Dean Edwards. Run out of it though by Horner and Wright, and Torquay have a corner on the right hand side and an awful lot to think about. It's been a very imposing start by Blackpool. The goal by Groves after just 7 minutes. Number 5 who scored a vital last minute goal against Burnley in the semi-finals. It's aimed towards Saunders though, turned away by Gore. Joyce trying to retrieve the situation. Loram. That's a good cross. Saunders is in there! And Wes Saunders has equalised for Torquay. Sporting the scars of battle, Wes Saunders, the Torquay captain, equalises after 28 minutes. all the pain and suffering that he's gone through since that clash of heads with Paul Groves worthwhile now. McAlargy, wrong-footed, beautifully delivered cross by Mark Lorham, and Saunders, particularly bearing in mind his scars, went in so bravely. 1-1 the score, less than half an hour gone. And this 4th Division promotion final, away to a fascinating start. And certainly Torquay have come into it more and more in the last 10 or 15 minutes. Saunders with the equaliser. Mark Taylor. Good turn, got away from Paul Holmes. Clearance by Elliott. Davis. Rather caught in two minds. Elliott eventually making a decision amidst rather half-hearted appeals for handball. Wes Saunders' 5th goal of the season. A captain's goal indeed, and a captain's example he set for Torquay tonight. He really must be in some distress. Header away by Groves, is a firm one. Space here though for Paul Holmes, and plenty of support if he can get a cross in. Charged down by Bamber, appeals for a penalty. And Dave Bamber absolutely aghast as George Corney points to the spot. Holmes' cross, charged down by Bamber. Now, was there intent here by the big man? That's the key thing. He certainly caught it with his right arm, but it looked a harsh one. It'll be Dean Edwards, it'll be Torquay 2, Blackpool 1. 8 minutes of the first half remaining, and Torquay go in front through a very controversial Dean Edwards penalty. Joy for John Impey and co. But Dave Bamber very unfortunate to be penalised. Edwards sending McAlargy the wrong way, and Torquay United are in front. And it's all gone wrong for Blackpool after such an encouraging start. For George Courtney, who's as much at home at Wembley as any official, in charge of an FA Cup final here some 11 years ago. He's seen it all come and go, and what he saw then was an intent to handle the ball by Bamber's right arm. What do you think? Mark Taylor for Blackpool. Forced into the path of Ayres. Useful cross. Bamber there. That was certainly with the head this time. Forced away though by Paul Holmes. Evans on the break. Well handled by Phil Horner. Alan Wright. Just a little bit too far for Taylor that time. Dean Edwards taking his total to the season to 19. Matching that of Tommy Tynan, who's not involved tonight, not even in the 13. Good run down the centre of the field by Chris Myers. He's found some space. He's found Lorham away to the left-hand side. Turned away by Groves. And as far as Myers, not the necessary power to defeat Steve McAlargy. Tony Rodwell. Free kick for the foul by Saunders on Taylor. We've already played 2.5 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. Davis with a free kick. Flicked away by Holmes. Curran there with Wright, and Curran just winning out. Holmes able to complete the clearance. Halfway on a night which started so well for Blackpool with a 7th-minute goal from Paul Groves. One that they were threatening to add to that early stage of the game, but the equaliser by the brave Wes Saunders after 28 minutes turned things Torquay's way, and after Dave Bamber had been adjudged to handle the cross from Paul Holmes, The 19th goal of Dean Edwards' season from the spot kick, sending McElhargy the wrong way, gives Torquay United a 2-1 advantage at halfway.
Jay, what do you make of the penalty?
Just tried to block the cross and he's just hit my arm, you know. It's no deliberate intent, it's just a joke.
Looking to complete a remarkable comeback here at Wembley tonight, leading by 2-1 at half-time. Wes Saunders has had a plaster put above that damaged left eye. Rather subdued Blackpool following. They outnumber their Torquay counterparts inside Wembley tonight. But the Torquay goals outnumber the Blackpool goals, hence the rather glum expressions on the Seasiders' faces. Nice range in Kisby quick hats. John Impey's team in charge. Davis. That's a loose one. Holmes. Joyce has made a run ahead of him. This is Edwards though. Couldn't quite take it in his stride. Second chance. Deflected. Evans. Good save by McElhargy. Really important stop by the Blackpool goalkeeper on his near post. The deflection off Edwards favoured big Stuart Evans. And it was a real chance. And he hit the target. But he hit McElhargy too. Corner kick. 10 minutes of the second half gone. Blackpool really can't afford to concede another goal here. Evans was in at the far post. They've won another corner kick, Torquay. And it's worked so well. It's brought them here to Wembley, and Evans is in there again. Got in ahead of Phil Horner. Rose manhandling Joyce off the ball. Davis finding Rodwell. Davis. Bamber is onside. He's got support from 3 men inside of him. Couldn't quite collect the ball and has to make do with the corner. Dave Bamber takes up his station in the centre as David Ayres drops out to the right wing to take the corner. The two central defenders, Horner and Gore, are forward. There's Phil Horner. Howells was flapping somewhat. Taylor back into the danger area. Really awkward. Oh, smuggled off the line by Paul Holmes. A really narrow escape. But Paul Holmes guarding his post manfully and denying Blackpool an equaliser. Howells was nowhere really, and when Taylor played it back into the middle, a teasing ball, Torquay were all at sea. And in the end, it was a Torquay boot that forced the ball goalwards, and a Torquay boot, that of Paul Holmes, which cleared it off the line. Paul Groves. In towards Bamber! Got ahead of Matthew Elliott. It was a good-headed opportunity, certainly by his standards. In many ways, he did the hard bit by sneaking in front of his marker, but having got there, he just couldn't quite direct the header in the way that he wished. Good chance. It's the second opportunity Bamber's had in this second half. And Blackpool have got to take one sooner or later if they're to keep their third division hopes alive. Here's Dean Edwards for Torquay. Mark Lorham in support, in towards Evans. Cleared by Gore, but against Davis. And Torquay have a corner. It's Saunders' header. McElhargy comes to claim it. Myers rather jumping into Bamber. Blackpool have the free kick. Into the final quarter. Davis in towards Bamber. Attempted overhead by Ayres, hit the crossbar, might still go in, it has!